Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, or they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't tryna go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product out the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the Urban X podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Malcolm. This is the Black Dot. We are back here with you guys.
Back in effect. You already know what it is.
On a Monday. Thank you guys for joining.
On a Monday evening.
We missed you guys.
We definitely missed you. What was it, last Monday since we saw the people?
Yes. Well, live. Yes.
Live. Last Monday.
Yes. People thought we were live on Thursday, and we're blacking in the comments like, yo, answer my question.
Yeah, it's like, we're not live?
That's not happening.
You know, I did get in there and chime in a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, when I could and stuff.
Yeah, I just, like, you know, you can, it's called a premiere feature, and I wanted the live feel.
Right.
Since we weren't actually streaming live on Thursday because you took an impromptu trip to Atlanta.
Yes. Yes.
Thinking you grown. You and wifey thinking y'all grown. Y'all can
yes.
just go places.
Yes. We I want to shout out David Shan. He runs the Social Proof podcast.
Yes.
And him and it's a female named Donnie Wiggins. Mm-hmm. They deal with entrepreneurial spirit. He was the one who interviewed Dame Dash.
Yes.
And that was my introduction to him. And then I subscribed to his channel, and I started really appreciating, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, the content that he was bringing. Very down to earth, very attainable goals. And he was given some kind of content creation boot camp. Mm-hmm. And usually these seminars are like on the weekend or something. This was a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So me and wifey made an executive decision.
Yeah.
And we hopped on a plane. And I went down, and it was the most amazing a conference I had attended in a very long time. And usually when you attend these conferences, there's a lot of rah, what are you gonna do? Sell! What are you gonna do? Sell more! You know, and all that rah shit. It was none of that.
Yeah.
Every single speaker that he brought up there to teach us about the many facets of content added value to my life. And I think I might have been the oldest one there, me and like 2 other guys and shit. It was like, Pops, it's over for you, son. It's over for you, son. But I'm there to gather the information for you and what it is we do. And it really was an amazing experience. I learned so much how to curate content a little bit better, tighten up the ship and things that we do.
Right.
So I want to send a big shout out to David Shan and his crew. And me, you know, I'm looking for all kind of things. I'm looking for the professionalism of the team.
Right.
I'm looking for, are they on time?
Right.
Are they delivering what they say they're going to deliver? And they did all of that in such a professional manner that it was really, really boss. Because I be scheming. Okay, that's how we're going to do that when we do it. So it was really, really great. And I didn't know he was off the E.T. tree.
Oh, okay.
Eric Thomas.
Oh, that makes sense.
He's off the Eric Thomas tree. We're alumni of Eric Thomas, too. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
We have life coach qualifications through Eric Thomas. Me and a wifey went to Eric Thomas' very first live speaking engagement.
We got you that as a gift.
He got me that as a gift.
Yes.
And to watch them, even then, the way Eric Thomas had a bus full of family and friends show up and deliver, set a template in place. And we were impressed because usually the first time you do something, it's really a disaster.
Yeah, yeah.
They were on point and on cue. So shout out Eric Thomas. And so Social Proof Podcast, they come on, I think, twice a week. And now they're starting to travel to different cities and touch the people. So we wanted to shout them out because it was well worth my thousands of dollars. No, it was well worth it. So I didn't feel I was cheated in any shape, form, or fashion. So that's why I wasn't here Thursday, you know. And these opportunities, because next month you're going away.
I am.
On a business conference. So the message we're trying to give, when you run these small businesses, you have to take these classes. You have to continue your knowledge. You have to receive mentorship. I know we don't really like that word in the conscious community, but you know what I mean. You got to reach out for those who have greater knowledge than you have to shore up your business. And David Shan said he was on his way to Rick Ross' house for a 3-day weekend or something where it was $25,000 a head just to come in the room.
Yeah.
So can you imagine what kind of knowledge they're sharing amongst each other? And some of these masterclass courses are very expensive. And you have to say to yourself, is this going to expand my business? You know what I'm saying? To put me in the right position to learn something that's going to help. So I'm always big for investing in yourself when it comes to knowledge. So
super dope, super dope.
Yes.
Glad you guys went.
Yes.
Quick roll call here. Texas in the building. I see Louisiana. I see Jamaica. I saw Ohio. Ohio's always here.
Oh, shout out Coriel, because she's the one who plugged David Shan
into us. Shout out to Coriel, of course.
Into us, and she spoke highly of us, and we appreciate
of course.
that. So we really thank you for that.
I actually read her book, her children's book, to Noble the other day. And he appreciated it.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Atlanta.
Brooklyn is in the building.
Brooklyn, BX. Okay, thank you guys for joining. Queens. What else? What else we got? Chicago, Chi-Town. We're going to talk about your boy. South Carolina. Okay, thank you guys for joining. Again, like we said, we missed you guys last Thursday. Yes. But we're here today.
We are here, and we hope you appreciated Thursday's gym.
I don't think a lot of people caught.
Nah, but I told you that would be for another tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
We have to put that into the record books, into the lexicon of the minds of the people for a later time that they can revisit just how advanced we were in what we were doing.
And shouts out to the people who joined us in our Instagram live session as well.
Yeah, we had a little Instagram impromptu. Let's do some house cleaning and housekeeping right off the back here before we get into any of the subjects. The membership price is going up September 1. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. We've given you since April 1st. To get in at this $5 rate is going up to $15. And the amount of content that we're going to be adding and we're adding will justify that. Either you want it or you don't.
And the people, if you get in on $5, your price will stay
at $5.
At $5.
So no matter what goes on, you're locked in. Now, we do the after show on Monday nights.
Yes.
Starting this Thursday, we will start doing the Hulks live right after the show. So for those who wanted to know what happened to the Hulk series, we will be sending out a Zoom link.
Yes, so if you can have your camera on, if you want, if you're in the Zoom.
If you want to.
If you know, comfortable.
You can close your camera.
Come in and watch.
Come in and watch.
Yeah.
We will be answering, and you know the type of questions I will be answering. Marriage, relationship, life, health, struggle, this, that. So these Zooms now will be live right after the show, all things considered. I'm going to need like 20 minutes You know what I mean? But that will be a Zoom link that goes out to you. We will also answer questions for those who just want to send their questions in. We won't abandon that.
Yes.
But your question won't take priority over people who are in the chat live, who want to get at me and ask me some things. So, to reiterate, after show on Monday nights, on Thursday nights now, the Hulks live, right? Membership goes up September 1 to $15. We're not even gonna have a scaling price. Where for $30,
just
you get to see this. It's $15. That's it. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. We've given you since April as a way to,
And again, if you're in at $5 right now, and if you want to get in at $5 before the price goes up, you will stay.
Now, if you cancel and try to come back in, that's your ass. It's $15.
$15.
You know what I mean? So that's the news of the day. I've been waiting to share that. I like doing the Hulks without knowing what the questions are.
Right.
Because you get the best answers. And, of course, this will not be... I'm not going to be doing a whole consultation on you. I'm qualified, though, through Eric Thomas. I went through the course, paid for some. Qualified to do that and give you a 25-page breakdown of your life. Qualified. But we're not going to be doing that. We're just going to be answering some general questions to help you if you appreciate the advice that we give. Because we here at Urban X, you know what we're about, trying to share this information. And my man... Gregory Reed, he reached out to us. Shout out again to the winner of the NFT. And you'll be hearing from us between the next day or two. And we're going to be shipping that out to you, man. So congratulations again to Gregory Reed.
He sent us a picture with his
Junior.
The number in the book.
Yeah, he was like, that's me. I'm the winner. I'm the winner.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get to it, man.
Let's get to it.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, because we missed last Thursday, we missed a lot of different stuff that we would have covered on Thursday. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
One being the verses. So, I want to preface this by telling the people right now, we actually did a whole piece on the verses.
Damn, we be just giving it up.
Yeah, we did a whole piece or whatever. It's actually on the membership right now. So after the show, if you want to watch it, after the after show, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, after the after show.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to watch it, it's already up there, and it'll be up on Thursday for the rest of the people, like later on. But we spoke in depth about the verses, so we'll give you a little
some bullet points.
I called the locks winning.
Yes.
From jump, I said the catalog was too long. I didn't really foresee all the little other intricacies of the verses, like, the locks being way more prepared than Dipset. I thought they would have, something
comparable. Yes.
I thought it would be like, competitive. It was not.
Yes.
It was a landslide, like all the way through. They got smoked. What else? You could see dissension within the Dipset group. Cam on the lawn chair, I thought that was corny. Like a lot of the stuff they were doing and saying, I thought was corny. You know what I'm saying? And it was a difference between a rap group and a group of rappers. You get what I'm saying?
Or MCs.
Or MCs and a group of rappers.
Yes.
In that sense that the locks have a real cohesion about themselves and how they went about it. Dipset looked a little scattered. Some people didn't know their words. They weren't rapping each other's lyrics.
Yeah.
They came out separate times. It was bad, man.
Yeah, it really was. And what I was explaining in the extensive piece, just to give you a few bullet points, the unsung hero was the DJ Tech. And this is before the locks even came out. Because as he was playing all of the hits to get the crowd warmed up, unbeknownst to most, he was EQing the system to make sure that when the locks came out, they would have maximum capacity.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? So every song he put on, you could tell he was, getting it right. And then he hit a point where I knew it was right. I said, okay, this is... And then when the other DJ got on the other set, because they started sharing the set, when he started playing music, first of all, he wasn't playing New York-based music.
Which was bugging me out.
It was bugging me out, but I wasn't sure if... Because this is See, we got to think. You can't think... It's a New York event, but hip-hop is worldwide now.
Yeah.
So maybe the task fell on him to add in... Okay. But every time he played records... I could hear that they were extremely low. And I scratched my head because I've been to many sound checks.
Yeah.
I know how this thing works. I said, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Right? When the Locks came out, they came out as a unit. When Dipset came out, Cam didn't even come out with him.
Right.
So I heard that there was some dissension backstage. So the battle was over right there.
Yep.
Right? And we can get into all the particulars. Jadakiss is just next level. What he was doing when they weren't performing was just as critical.
Yeah.
By him cracking jokes, him stealing some of the Dipset's time, all of these little nuances, and you could tell they rehearsed. You could tell they practiced.
Yeah.
You could tell they wasn't going to sing over the track. See, rappers need the track to carry them. MCs carry the track. Big difference. And because the Locks knew each other's lyrics, they could make 3 MCs sound like one.
Yeah.
Right? And in doing so, the lead MC has the ability to sneak a breath when he has to, because recording in the studio and performing live is like night and day. Two different animals altogether. And that's why you see a lot of these dudes go into the studio and make a dope record. And then when you ask them to perform the record, bring the record to life, energize the crowd, because what you're doing, you're emoting and emitting off an energy that you want the crowd to receive. They can't do it.
Right.
They just stand there. The only one we allowed to do that in my day was Rakim. Because Rakim, you was there strictly for the lyrics.
Right.
So dudes would stand there and just hear the guard Bill, and they was good with that. With Kane, on the other hand, was a performer. So, him and Scoob and Scrap, and they would put on an actual performance.
Gotcha.
So you had different, contexts within that. And the last thing I'll say, because I want people to go watch the extended piece, is every hero needs a villain, as I wrote in my book, Hip Hop Decoded.
Plug.
So Muhammad Ali needed Joe Frazier, right? When I was getting high with Busy B one day, and he told me that he made Kumo D. And I literally put the blunt out and said, hold on, my nigga, like, I'm high with you, God, but I'm not that high. Mo D smoked you. He said, no, you don't understand, Black. He said, before he took me out, people knew who Kumo D was with the treachery, but it wasn't until he took me out that he became the iconic legend that he is still today.
Makes sense.
So it made me write that article, Every Hero Needs a Villain. They are connected. King Kong and Godzilla.
Right.
Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. Biggie and Tupac.
Okay.
Jay-Z was smart and realized he had no parallels during his day at the height of his career, so he manufactured one in picking on Nas at the wrong moment. And in doing so, they wound up having an iconic
back and forth.
And now you mentioned Jay-Z, you mentioned Nas.
That is true.
You mentioned KRS-One, you mentioned Queensbridge.
Yeah.
So you mentioned LL, you mentioned a slew of people.
Drake, Meek.
Yeah. Ice-T, so many people. So the importance of having a rival. And now when you mention the Locks, you can mention Dipset, because Dipset was the winner too. Because now they are in iconic status from a historical perspective.
Yes.
You got to look at it like that. You know what I mean? So, and that's where we are with it. So I want you to watch the whole piece that I did, because you know how Black Dot goes. I goes in.
It was really good. It was really good. So you can catch it on the membership at urbanx.nyc. Join the membership or click the member login section. And
somebody said, will the price still be $50? It's $50 before September 1? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
After that.
For the year.
So 180. It's going to be 180. We'll give it to you for 150. Look at that. 3 times the amount.
Yeah.
Right? After that point, if you want the whole year, it's 150. So don't play with this. You know how black folk get.
Get in now.
Yeah. Because we gave you April, May, June, July, August. Come on, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Yeah. Jada, he was in like a real different Game 6.
Yes, and
LeBron
because
with
he
the
knew,
headband mode, like,
and he knew beyond a shadow of a doubt, none of them can out MC him.
Yeah, it was.
So when the Biggie beat came on, the whole battle was over. The DJ's ability to spin the record back and get the crowd more anticipating where he was going. None of Dipset can ever grab the mic and really, Cam might That little Harlem shit he do. But it's no, Sheik Luch is a better MC than all of Dipset. And he is the lower end, no disrespect, of the three.
Yeah, I think he knows.
No disrespect.
I think he knows
and he
that.
got bangers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and Styles P is on a whole nother level. And when you get to Jada, it's just.
Shouts out to YO, man.
Yes.
Shouts out to YO.
Yes.
So, also during last week, Mayor de Blasio, New York City mayor, he made that, getting the candy, the jab, actually a mandate for going into restaurants, dining into restaurants, going into gyms, into other indoor events in New York City. So when I saw that, I immediately was just like, I'm good on indoor dining.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
I'm good on that. Taking it back to ordering food, taking back
cooking at home,
being able to get drinks at a restaurant and taking it home. Because remember, that was a thing all last summer, so that was fire. So, and a lot of people, I think, felt the same way. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people right now, when it comes to these politics, nobody likes their hand being forced to do
in any capacity.
And I think as Americans, we are spoiled when it comes to, like, quote unquote, our rights or what we think our rights are.
Hold that point right there. Even when Mayor Bloomberg was the mayor of the city,
right,
and he said, I'm going to mandate that you can't sell drinks over 16 ounces,
right,
because I'm trying to help curb
yeah,
the diabetes rate.
Yeah.
Everybody went to 7-Eleven and said, fuck you, son. Niggas is walking out with the jug. You can't tell me what to do because you can't tell people in New York what to do.
Especially New York. We are some hard-headed people, bro. Like, I can only speak for us here because I lived here all my life. So we're some hard-headed people. So I think what you're going to see is a lot of restaurants lose money. You're going to see a lot of gyms lose money. And, but that got me to thinking as well, because at that point, is the mayor, like, deliberately trying to get, like, these restaurants to go out of business, or are these businesses already hit with a fund? You get what I'm saying? Like, just in case it gets...
And that's the question I'm always asking. Are they trying to get rid of the middle class by forcing these restaurants? Because the people are not going to go there.
Right.
They are not going to go there because that's what forced the restaurants, the ones that did close last time, to close. Mm-hmm. And here's a side note question. If there was a pandemic, as they say it is, shouldn't the restaurants be closed anyway due to health conditions? Right. Another thing, if there's a pandemic, why are they firing doctors and nurses who don't take the jab when in a pandemic you need all hands on deck? That's like seeing a building burning and be like, yo, firefighters are showing up, ready to put the fire. Whoa, you can't go in here because you ain't got the jab, and yet there's people in there burning. Sometimes all we got to do is use common sense.
Yeah, just like write it down on a paper.
Yeah,
like,
and
1
look
plus
at it.
1 is not equaling 2 right now.
So you have the capacity in a pandemic to turn away qualified
nurses,
healthcare, first line defenders. Really?
And then I remember a couple months ago we were just talking about the labor shortages, the work shortages.
Yes.
All these airlines have to cancel flights because there's nobody that wants to work because they're not trying to get down with the mandates and stuff like that. So
yes.
It's very, very I think obvious what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Interesting as hell as well.
And we're winning.
I think that's what.
No, I'm telling you, they keep trying to turn it up more because they're losing.
And remember last week when we talked about what Don Lemon said, like, you should make it mandatory to go in the supermarkets. I think that because right now they're pushing people, but it's not to the point where it's going to affect me feeding my son. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Once
you get to that point,
all bets is off.
All bets is off, bro.
Because I'm coming in that supermarket, whether I got the Jackson and Jackson.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. Like, y'all not.
Regardless.
That's not gonna happen.
So, and I think they know and understand that too.
What Biggie say, especially if my daughter crying.
I ain't lying.
Y'all know the science.
Come on, bro. Right? So this is what's going on, and they're losing. They won't tell you they're losing. but they're losing in another thing. I want to add to that. They keep trying to spin this mind control psychological thing that we're just uninformed. We're not uninformed. We know something ain't right.
Yeah.
Deep down inside. See, black people, we are the spiritual people of the planet. We have a certain level of intuitiveness. It's sort of like a deer who's eating grass. Like the deer can feel the vibration of something coming. That's how he's able to survive until, homie run up on him and it's too late. But we have an intuitiveness inside, because if we thought there was no harm involved, most people would just go ahead and get that and just keep it moving. Something inside of us, something inside of all of the ancestors that came before us, that now live within us, sent a signal off to go, whoa. And it was enough for those of us who are in tune. Now, if you're eating hog ass and chitlins, you're at the strip club, drinking Hennessy all day, maybe your antennas just may be a little foggy. But if you are in tune to any degree, something told you, let me hold off on that, because, and then they kept pressing me. Dude, take the drink, man. You in the club, drink it. Bro, why you keep trying to?
I give you $1 if you drink it.
I give you $1 if you drink it, man.
All right, $100.
Here's $100. Just drink it.
Yeah.
He drank it, look. Dude.
Yeah.
That only made it worse.
Yo, did you see the commercial with the guy? Where was he from? I think Arkansas.
Oh, the fake gangster?
Yeah, he said, I hustle. I get around people every day, so I gotta take it. I gotta trust it too.
Son, I'm moving bricks. I'm moving.
I'm an entrepreneur.
I'm an entrepreneur, and my product. You know what I'm saying? And I'm around in trap. You know what I'm saying? Around these dudes, so I gotta take that.
Oh my God,
son, that's the lowest.
Oh, that was funny.
That is the absolute lowest.
Oh my God, that was funny.
Of the low.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he saw it and saw the finished product. Well, that's a pretty good commercial. Dude, you gotta be a knuckle dragger beyond knuckle draggers to think you set it off on that.
I sell things.
I sell things. I ain't gonna say what, but I be whipping around and be people around me all the time. I can't even do business with you
unless you got it.
Unless you got that. Oh, them bricks. Them things you selling is right, but are you right? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah. That's the lowest.
But again, when I see stuff like that, when I see the twerk the vote, when I see the vax that thing up, juvenile, as black people, we don't get offended. Like, this is what they think of us.
Yeah.
Somebody, like, it was somebody who was leading some kind of control focus group and said, no, black people, like, they need to see themselves.
Yes. And they need to, think of one of them hot songs.
He's a hustler. Let's get him.
Yeah, and he can speak to the hustlers, because what we need to is the hustlers to get jabbed up too. Don't forget the hustlers. They're hustlers and strippers, right? That is what we really think of black people. We won't say it outside of this room, but inside of this room, they're hustlers and strippers. All right, we already got the strippers, and they're on these apps, and they're saying if you're not, jabbed up, you can't get none. And now we have to get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
Hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was mad funny. So I foresee, and usually when governors make these decisions like that, especially in big cities like New York City, California, Florida's not going for nothing.
Oh no,
Florida's not going for nothing. But I think it's a precursor to a lot of these other smaller cities, especially blue states.
Yeah,
a lot of these other blue states that they're gonna try to adopt the same thing. First they're gonna see how it works here in New York after September. Because I even said on Twitter, I said, if it was that dire of a situation, why not do it immediately? Why wait till September?
Right,
they're trying to get all the summer money.
Thank you. They're revealing their own hand in the nonsense
in real time. People just picking apart like, wait, that makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
Even people, I have friends who like, we're not close, but I have friends that got it, who are advocating for people to get it online, right? Like that section of people. Like, I went to college before, I went to high school. It's not like that.
Understood.
And
everybody's choice is your choice.
Facts, right? But I can see their point of view on it. They can see my point of view on it.
Right.
But even when they made that decision, and I said that, I was like, if it was really that dire, why not? They even agreed. They was like, nah, that's facts. Like, I don't understand what's going on.
How do you pre-plan the pandemic?
Yeah.
This is an organized, pre-planned pandemic, and you can get in at a low price, like here at our membership, before the pandemic
I like the plug.
goes, wow, you better get in on this low pandemic price before we unleash the beast. This is what they're telling you.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, right? So it doesn't make sense.
So.
And you already know I'm never going to veer off of common sense. Side note, Malcolm, every show.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
This hair.
Oh, my God. I knew it. Oh, my God.
It's this one long hair. If you get older, you know, the hair's coming out your ears and shit. I got this one long hair all week long. He don't come out. He don't come out. He minding his business. The minute is showtime.
I think it's because you flare your nostrils when you get really
Maybe
animated
that's
in
what
the
it is,
show.
because this nigga's out like, yo.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Hey, what's going on? It's a
You got
party.
people watching thinking you got a coke problem.
They
right?
thinking I got a coke problem. I swear.
Yo, speaking of coke
This
problems,
nigga don't come out until now.
I watched the Cocaine Cowboys on Netflix. Fire.
Malcolm, you do know that promotes drugs.
No.
Was Noble sitting next to you?
He wasn't. He was
as
sleeping.
He was watching this corrupt stuff.
He
no,
was
but I know
sleeping.
they was great stories.
Yo, yeah, they were wilding. Like they were really living like they were cowboys. They were really just doing whatever the hell they want. And at the end, somebody said like, yo, they made a movie about Scarface, but we had a real life like two of them here.
Well, that movie was based. Scarface
It had to be based on them.
was based on that.
It
Yes.
had to be because they were bugging out. Somebody said 20 years late. Come on, bro. I don't know. My bad.
What, the Cocaine Cowboys?
Nah, that just came out. Yeah.
Not the one with Griselda, because I know I saw
No,
one.
it's a documentary on Netflix. It came out on Tuesday, I believe. And it was about Sal Magooda and Willie Falcone.
Right, I never heard of them.
Exactly.
I know the Godmother was clapping dudes. Yeah.
Oh, Lord knows. You from Florida. Of course you know about that. Like, come on.
Yeah,
how you
come on,
going
you
to
know
get
that.
at me?
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Also, so last Monday we spoke about the third police officer who was involved in the January 6th insurrection who committed suicide.
Yes.
Right after that show, like the next day, it was announced that it was a fourth officer
Okay.
who also killed himself.
Okay, now, guys, I've been around a long time. That's weird. 4 suicides of the same from the same event?
Yeah.
That's not an anomaly. Something is going on. First of all, I want y'all to also get in tune with, there are things going on behind the scenes in this country that we are not missing. There's a war going on between the cabal and, forces.
Allegedly.
Right. You know what I mean? And so we see these floods in China. We're seeing a lot of things take place.
Right.
So pay attention, big time. Don't get so locked into the verses and all of that where we don't be in tune with the grand scheme of things. But this is a part of that.
Yeah, it's
4 officers committing suicide. For what reason? Okay, something is going on.
yeah. So just because we spoke about it and like we weren't on live on Thursday, so I just wanted to talk about that because very, very, very interesting stuff.
Yes, so we take a commercial?
Yes, we're gonna take a commercial break, and we shall return.
We shall return.
Family, I am your host, Terrius.
And I am D. Morris, the
That's
surfer.
right. And together we are the serious
Rhythm and views.
Together we form like Voltron.
Come check me out, chriskeys.com. I'm worldwide.
Tony Altamirano.
Hi, I'm Gina.
What's up, everybody? I'm Win Vu, award-winning remixer.
Koya, I'm an artist.
Hi, Hi, my name's Justina Bethel.
Hi, I'm Mike Bowen from Denton, Texas. How you doing? This is Tom Cutt from Music by Tom Cutt. Check out Samuel E. Archer's book, Hybrid Executive. We are in the business, and here's how you can be a better business person because you're running your business.
You can find my music at JustinaBeth_EL on Instagram or JustinaBethel.com, and I am a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive, just like you.
Follow me at Koya Music, and I'm also a hybrid executive.
I'm worldwide, baby, but just know I'm a hybrid executive. That's all you need to know, baby.
You know, get on Uppbeat.
Check out my music, MikeBowen.com. I'm a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive.
Hello, wealthy family. This is Ascending Infinite Goddess Shanell, and I just wanted to come and connect with you, share some of my time and energy with you, and let you know that despite what you may be feeling during this spiritual journey, you are not alone. I know it may feel like you're going crazy because that's how I felt at the beginning too, but know that you have your entire spirit team, your ancestors, your angels, your higher divine self, just waiting to connect with you. So if you're looking for confirmation or you're looking for some answers, you're looking for someone that can help you on this spiritual journey path, visit my website, www.ascendinginfinitegoddess, and let's grow together. I'm here to help you. Thank you for sharing some time with me, wealthy family.
I done got sober since it sound right. Since everybody wanna be cool, I don't mind being lukewarm. The life we know is based on a lie. You see the true form is painful. Find an angle or find an angel. The way you see me light up the sky, it star spangled. If it don't change, you see it as a small setback. If I give grades, you all left back. Take a large step back, like James Harden let off 3 wet that. Beat your buzz, I make your whole budget freeze, check that. Temperature, innovator, my own couture, open doors, transform that shit, now it's a jar. So when I say I'm coming through, it's many more. Set up shop here, quicker than the internet store. I do the chores, at my domain, there's no names, my heart like coke.
Back.
We are back. We thank you for supporting these small, businesses.
Yes, sir.
Who are taking the time to put their products in front of our fans.
Yes, welcome back to Rhythm and Views.
Welcome back to Rhythm and Views. I'm hearing they need like 50 subscribers. What are we doing? What are we doing out here? What are we doing? Like Jadakiss, come on, they need 50 subscribers. What are we doing? They need to get to 50 subscribers.
That's not a good one.
Huh?
That's not a good
That's
one.
not a good Jadakiss.
No.
Nah, that is Jada.
No.
Nah.
Come on.
That's Jada.
No.
I gotta work on it, but it's close to Jada.
You gotta, before you just come over here and just debut something like that, you gotta work on that in the mirror.
No, here's the thing. I'm not a goddamn comedian. I work on my shit in real time.
Okay.
And if it pops, it pops. If it don't, it don't.
Okay.
I'm not getting paid to stand on stage and tell jokes. Shit.
And shouts out to Plant Base.
Oh, shouts out to Plant Base.
Shouts out to Shanell.
That's all I'm gonna tell you right now with Plant Base.
Thank you.
Shouts out to Plant Base. Yeah. Okay? And you'll be hearing from them soon,
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, again, conspiracy theorists are up another 50 points right now.
Another 50 points.
Right, so it was...
The game ain't even close.
Yeah, it's actually getting kind of spooky now. So, apparently, there was a government-funded... there's a government-funded research that was happening where researchers sought out aborted minorities for organ harvesting.
Okay.
And I remember, hearing about this years ago, and it's sounding very, very far-fetched. But come to find out, it's true. The federal government, this is according to the Washington Free Beacon, the federal government gave at least $2.7 million in taxpayer money to researchers who sought out minority babies who had been aborted in order to harvest their organs. in court, and this is according to internal documents that were released last Tuesday. The University of Pittsburgh targeted minorities in its request for infant organs, including those taken from full-term babies, to create a pipeline for fetal research. Researchers said that they needed 50% of the donated fetuses to be minorities, and specified that 25% must come from black women. The Pittsburgh metropolitan area is 85% white and 8% black. Researchers stressed the importance of maintaining organ blood flow in the request, which watchdogs say could violate the federal law by asking donated doctors to illegally preserve organs during labor-inducing abortions. End quote. That's from the article.
Okay, that's some shit out of a horror movie.
Yes, it is.
It's something out of a horror movie for a number of reasons. The number of babies aborted by black people is ridiculous. It just is, right? And under the guise, a lot of time, that it's your choice, it's your body, it's your choice. And I don't want to go through all the political stuff. When we do that under the guise that it's my body, my choice, somebody wins. So for every loss, a spiritual body that could have been here, that could have been of Christ energy, right? They gain blood and parts that they need, probably because they're a hybrid race,
right,
trying to make themselves or prepare themselves for the next paradigm shift. Now, as bizarre as that sounded 15, 20 years ago.
I posted the article in the chat for you guys.
Right. As bizarre as that sounded 15 to 20 years ago, when my elders taught me that, they also told me and taught me that what white men would do is put their babies in black women deliberately in hopes of that the baby would be a neutrinoid or gray, or whatever you want to call it, a mixed race, in hopes that they could preserve the genetics to reverse that process once we made a paradigm shift into a realm of reality in which they normally wouldn't exist, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
So as we ascend into fifth dimension consciousness, you have to be a melanated being to exist there. You have to have a soul and a spirit, you know what I mean? And if they are technically void of that, right?
Right.
But their seed has that, the seed becomes the gateway. And if they can reverse that engineering, sort of like what Yakub did, it's a long story. You know, Jay Electronica goes in on Yakub on the Kanye West song. We'll talk about that in a few. So, as bizarre as what I just said, that should sound bizarre.
Yes.
Some shit out of a movie. Though.
Yeah, very science fiction-y. Yes.
Yeah, I just told you the conspiracy theorists are up. That piece about the babies was taught to me 20 years ago. Yeah. And it sounded bizarre then.
Actually, you know, it's crazy because people were sharing clips of a lot of conscious, a lot of conscious community, like people like saying these things years ago. They even had clips of Alex Jones saying that on the Joe Rogan podcast. And then people, like, guys looking at him like, yo, like, what are you talking about? And he got banned. Yo, if they could make a list of all the stuff he got banned off of YouTube for, and to now what's come out as actually true.
Yes.
Nuts.
Him and Jesse Ventura.
Yes.
Jesse Ventura was on that too. So we know and understand we get rid of a lot of babies, and sometimes just out of lack of knowledge, I don't want to deal with this, but it's benefiting. It's almost a food source for somebody else. So you have to be careful, because you go into these Planned Parenthood centers and you think they're there to give you the best advice, which would be counseling. And counseling, like full-fledged counseling, you may walk out of that center like, you know what? I'm going to keep my baby. I'm going to work this out. I'm sure. Listen, my moms and dad did the nasty at 15. That's how I got here.
Jeez.
Yeah. I'm so glad they did.
Yeah.
Yes? And you should be glad too.
I am glad.
Thank
you, right?
Yeah. Okay. And you should be glad me and your moms did the nasty. You asked her about me. I'm legend, nigga.
Jesus Christ.
Nah, she'll be like, who? I can already see her now. Lil Wayne? You talking about Lil?
She's probably watching right now, disgusted.
She talking about Lil Weezy. You talking Lil Weezy? Lil Wayne?
Jesus.
She probably laughing her ass off. But you have to be glad. So we all got here.
Right.
We all should be thankful. When people are mad at their parents, it baffles me unless your parents were very abusive to you. If they're not, and they weren't at the best condition because they were going through their own trials and tribulations, but you had food in your stomach and a roof over your head, the rest is on you. How many times you see them birds? There they go. You better fly.
Yeah.
They give them about 2 or 3 chances. The mother bird take them to the edge, and they push their ass off, and that's it. Or the cub, I'm going to show you how to hunt one time. I'm going to attack this deer, and we're going to eat and celebrate. Then you on your own. If you fall too behind, how many times has the one penguin fell behind the bunch? And they just leave them. They don't have time for that shit. We the only ones who will let our children stay at our house until they're 45 years old. And leave them alone. He's trying to get a job. We the only people who do this.
Yeah, I think a lot of what harms us as a people is always guised in some political freedom. Like when it comes, like feminism is one thing that I can come off the top of my head when it comes to how that's like the destruction of like our family, our structure, our morals is masked in, especially the first couple waves of feminism where it's just like free for all, don't have to, you know, like who wants to get married, who wants to have kids, who wants to do any of that stuff,
right? And
it's masked into feminism and
like that's not freedom to me. That's holding me back. When you don't understand the mother of civilization is the nurturer of all things. So that is a natural thing that mothers embrace. So, but when you listen to these feminists tell you, you don't need no kids, you don't need no man, you don't need none of that. Just go out and do you, girl. And if that's where you on, that's where you at in your life, that's great. Somebody mentioned Margaret Sanger, who started
Planned
Parenthood. That was her plan all along. She clearly stated, we have to stop the rise, and, you know, through eugenics and all of this, of, you know, their seed being a dominant seed. So we're seeing this now, and all of the horrific things that were done are coming out. And we told you we're in the age of information. You're going to have to be able to deal with this truth as it comes out on a daily basis.
So this is the only thing that kind of like cracks me is, obviously, they own all the news stations, right? The mainstream news, like CNN, MSNBC, Fox. Like the news that comes isn't just, this came across we have to report it. It's filtered. It's going through who it'll like compromise it, who it'll compromise and stuff like that before it gets out. So some of this stuff is very damning. What is supposed to come of it now it's out? Especially like that, it can really like do harm to some of these big names.
Well, in my humble opinion, Malcolm, it's because most of us, we can't disseminate truth from falsehood no more.
Okay.
They have created the perfect illusion where you could see a UFO. You could literally see an unidentified flying object, and you have to filter it through, is it Project Bluebeam? Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Am I high? Did I take those mushrooms? You know, you have to run it through so many filters, especially if you see it on somebody's YouTube channel.
Right.
How many people tell me this is a real UFO? And I go, all right, let me go in. And I be like, you see what I'm saying? So when truth now comes to us, and I think that's all by design, we question it, and it could be sitting right in your face because they have an agreement with the universe. They have to tell the truth. It doesn't say how they got to tell the truth. So as long as they present it, you know, because I'm hearing damning information all day long about Fauci and this one,
and it's
that
just like,
one, and it's not moving the meter as much as you think. We are supposed to be fully enraged at what's coming out on a daily basis, but we dead.
CNN, I think it was Anderson Cooper. He just interviewed Bill Gates. And he came out and asked Bill Gates about, you know, his divorce with Melinda Gates, and the reason why she divorced is because she heard, you know, you was, you know, hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, and boom, boom, what's that about? And he said, oh, you know, I had several dinners with him because, like, he said he had a lot of connections that would get me money for my world philanthropy. And my first question is, you're Bill Gates?
Yes. what more money than you need for starters?
Not even that, but what connections don't you have?
That he might have. That's a lie in itself.
You get what I'm saying? And I'm just like, and the fact that Bill Gates probably gave him that question to ask him.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not just going to ask somebody of that stature
off the cuff question.
Right.
And so you mean to tell me you put the morals, you put children who might have been pedophiles, you put the opportunity to meet philanthropy and philanthropists, you know what I mean, over the safety of children. Right. And that's what you're saying.
And it's out that he hung out with Jeffrey Epstein after the first time he was convicted of the first set of crimes he did. You know
so your connections were more important than the children that were being harmed by you who call yourself caring about Earth and wanting to reduce the population and all this other crazy stuff. So in that answer, I looked at him, I said, you just told on yourself.
Right. Right.
That's like saying, well, I met with R. Kelly because he makes some dope songs and I really wanted a hit. And so, but did you see the kids? I did see the kids there and all that. I wanted a hit. That's equivalent of saying that. When you say I'm meeting with him for make connections, and even though he was already arrested for doing one of the most horrific things you can possibly do.
Right. And later on in the interview, when Anderson Cooper talked about the candy mandates, it was a very, very uncomfortable, giddy smile that he had.
Yes, he's always smirking.
Oh my God!
I love that picture when he got hit in the face with that pie. Dude, you gotta see that clip. He's walking by somebody just catching with a cream pie. Whop! Yeah.
Somebody said if I see him, it's on site.
It's on site, son. I'm gonna start carrying cream pies with me. You know, the pile. Have that.
So, you know who's actually getting sued right now that has like a connection with Jeffrey Epstein? Prince Andrew. He's getting sued by. You remember? He took a picture. With that girl, and then he said he never met before.
Yes,
and
I saw
the picture it was with him, the girl, and Ghislaine Maxwell, and she's suing him right now. So that's this is damning information that's out. Like, whoa, this is the most powerful family. Yeah. So what happens with that? You know what I mean?
Remember the naked guy, the kid they saw jumping out of a window at the palace.
Right. Oh yes.
Like, and nobody's. So what are we doing? Where's the pulse of the people? Where's the revolutionary spirit to go? Enough is enough of this craziness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's very tough.
Okay.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
So last week it was announced that Apple now will be monitoring the iPhones to see if there's any activity on there, like with children, like sexually explicit activity on the phones with children. And they said it's to protect children, things like that. And I think it's a slippery slope though.
Okay, explain.
Just the fact that they're coming out and they have the access to just monitor individual phones like that, and like on the content that comes up.
Yeah.
So
because who's to say they're gonna stop at that?
Exactly.
Who's to say they're not gonna stop?
Even though, like, I understand, I completely understand.
I understand what you're saying.
The goal, but I think it's a slippery slope when it comes to if I want to send a text to my man about something revolutionary that's happening, and they cut that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
Or I'm sending you a dope video about something else, within the vein of what's going on, the truth about
I might be sending my wife a dick pic. Hey, bro, I know you in the house chilling, hold that until the nigga get in.
Right.
And so who knows, like, are you filtering through all my stuff to see if I'm talking kids? What kind of algorithm you have in place to determine that I'm talking about a child?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, maybe it's revolutionary stuff. If you can do that, you can start monitoring, terrorists. You can start monitoring. And Apple's reputation was that they didn't get involved.
Right.
Which is, you had a certain level of privacy. Right. Again, I'm not negating that we need to protect children.
Yeah.
But we also need to protect overall privacy as well. You can't just use it for one thing. And how sophisticated is your software to know that this is a child?
Right.
Beyond, the obvious.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So just pay attention to that. That's what I always say to everything.
You know I'm in the Chinese midgets. That might come across. No, think about it. That might come across as 2 little children. It's 2 Chinese midgets. These are adults. They are consenting adults to do what they want to do. The algorithm picks it up. 2 Chinese people, they come arrest me, and now I'm in jail because I was doing some hanky-panky with kids. That's not going to happen.
John Jones said R. Kelly's trial started today. He did, actually.
Yes, and there's no jury involved.
Yeah.
I mean, the jury is the only one publicly allowed to be in there. I don't really know what that's about.
Yeah, me neither. Okay. Yo, again, after watching that doc on Netflix, anything's possible with this trial, man.
And anything is possible, especially when they had to add some other things.
Yeah.
Now he's dealing with boys, and he was doing, because it seems like you shouldn't even have to add that. This should be such an open and shut case of so many women who's come forward, who's been violated, and it's getting murky. He's been giving them herpes knowingly, and this is way off the rails now.
Yeah.
And for the fact that the public can't be in there bothers me. Why can't the public see how this trial is going and what information come out, unless he's a high priest that works with them all the time? Because them pedophiles look out for each other. They have their own network. This nigga could be a high priest in that. Because how was he getting away with that shit for so long? For years. They're just getting away with this shit. And then we don't put 3 and 3 together and go, wait a minute. He's probably a part of a network that we've given, immunity to do what the fuck he does. Now, who knows? I'm warming my shoulder up, y'all.
I like it.
I'm warming it up.
First Thursday back. I like it.
Yeah, warming it up.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, the baby, we've been talking about him for a month now, but he is back in trouble because apparently the apology he had on his Instagram, he deleted off his Instagram. So people are mad at him for that. So
he deleted it, and now that's a sign.
His Instagram. That is his Instagram.
Right, but that's a sign of him taking his statement back in their minds.
Yeah.
You ain't deleting no other statements.
Yeah.
Why are you going to delete that? Maybe he's deleting it, just playing devil's advocate, because it represents a very dark time in his life.
Okay.
And he wants to go, you know what? I did that. I want to remove that so that my timeline represents the more joyous time. And that was a dark period in my life. We know you aren't going to forget. As his lawyer, that's what I would say. His lawyer of public opinion, right? Like he wants to but they're going to flip that into, you didn't really mean that.
Yeah.
You were supposed to frame that apology.
Yeah, and then, bro, the fact that they want him to kind of beg and grovel.
Yeah.
As long as they want him to do it, is really bizarre to me, bro.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre, but again...
And somebody posted a meme, not to cut you off, and it was a dynamic meme that said, if the the LBGT community can cancel the baby, how can't we as heterosexuals cancel Lil Nas X?
Well, we don't...
And I just thought it was a great, look at how things are uneven or biased. We don't even get an opportunity to cancel Lil Nas without people going, whoa! But y'all are so quick to cancel the baby. The playing field is unleveled.
Yeah, and what they're doing to him right now is crazy. They're taking him off of... They're taking song credits away from him. Wow. Like he did with like Pop Stars away. They taking the song credits away from him, so he's not like on the Billboard.
Ooh.
I think even Kanye took him off a song or something.
Ouch.
Something to that effect. Like it's getting crazy. There's a running joke of just the baby's been taken off of this festival, that festival, this festival. So it's really crazy. Somebody said it's a political group, and we don't own these industries.
Right.
That's why we can cancel them.
Yeah, in a nutshell, we know who runs these industries.
Yeah.
So they're sitting with the leverage, and unless the baby is willing to go work at McDonald's and say, my principles matter more than your money, but when money is the principle, yes, then they are gonna continue to rule you. And I would, if I saw him at Burger King, I'd buy extra burger
and then
help him out.
And then my thing with all these celebrities, all these musicians that's taking him off of song credits, just kind of throwing him under the bus. They're only doing it for more publicity for themselves. They're not doing it,
or they don't want that smoke.
No,
because people start looking at you like, "What you gonna do, son?"
Nah, because I feel like there's people going out their way. Like Prime example, when they started talking about the mandates for going into restaurants, it was restaurants taking out press releases like, oh, you can't come in here unless you got it. You know what I'm saying? And then there was that one restaurant that said, if you don't have it, you're welcome.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're only doing it.
If you have the jab, you are not welcome here.
The moral grandstanding.
He reversed the polarity on them, and I thought it was genius.
The moral grandstanding is
It's
trash.
ridiculous. It's
annoying, bro.
It definitely is. And he's going to suffer. He's going to be an artist that in a year or two, you hear nothing else about.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, is anything he's doing really iconic?
No, absolutely not.
All right,
I'm not saying that.
He's taking advantage of a moment as an artist, and I respect that. When you get a short little run, he's not going to be the next Kanye, next Kendrick, or something where they go through trials and tribulation, peaks and valley as an artist. When you get to Kanye's story, bro, Eli sent me a whole, a breakdown. And the way his story went up and down and this and that and this and that, it lends to the staying power, and you can go through anything. He's not iconic like that. He's a good artist. Mm-hmm. And if he was gone, I wouldn't miss him. No disrespect.
Got you. What do you think about King's Disease 2?
King's Disease 2 was classic. I'm giving it classic status now. Damn. I was upraising it to good, very good, legendary. He just really, he nailed it when it comes to hip hop. The true essence of hip hop, he nailed. And I love when an artist works with one producer, they create a synergy, the cohesiveness. They challenge each other, and I can hear it. To me, it was better than King's Disease 1. The first track, Pressure, is so sonically dope. You gotta put headphones on to hear this, to really appreciate what Hit Boy did, because he was taking a hit, pun intended, as if he wasn't doing a good job for Nas. Nah, every track, the track with Lauryn Hill, Lauryn Hill blacked on that track. The track with EPMD and Eminem, I'ma say it, Eminem blacked on that track. The Charlie Wilson track, it's a very cohesive body of work, and we're now back to the King's theory, because Beyonce just dropped 2 new videos from off last year's Black is King.
Oh, okay.
She's back at it. He drops King's Disease 2, and Kanye, who we understand is the king of the West.
I didn't think she would come out of hiding. I didn't think, especially with all of the candy stuff going on, jab stuff happening. I didn't think she would poke her head out.
So get your hands on King's. As a matter of fact, tonight on the after show, we're gonna talk about King's Disease, not the album per se, but how we kind of get lazy and we get high on a hog in life, and as a result of that, we're suffering once again. You know what I'm saying? So I really want to speak to that. And, wherever you are in your life, you could be suffering from King's Disease and don't realize it. You got your job, your bills is paid, life is good. Right. You know what I mean? And then you get gout. Because King's Disease just means all of the benefits of eating and drinking and smoking and partying and fucking. You get herpes, you get all that shit because you're the king. Fornication under consent of the king is where the word fuck come from. So all of this is a part of that process. So tonight we'll speak about, we as a collective, are we getting King's Disease?
Right.
Can hip-hop not expand? Because remember, hip-hop itself came from us being hungry and thirsty and having a voice.
All of the best things come out of that.
All of the best things come out of that. But when we get it, the result of that sometimes is King's Disease.
Right.
So I want to speak about that tonight. If you remember.
Yes, if you remember.
On the after show, we can kind of... Now, let's get right into the Kanye thing.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Kanye is different.
Yeah, he is.
Okay? Very few artists can shift the paradigm of music, art, and fashion, and Kanye has done it at least 3 times. Just being... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And first of all, the song Jesus Lord with Jay Electronica, who blacked...
Yeah, he spazzed.
He spazzed way out on this song. he had Exhibit C type spazzing on this song, and the Lox and Kanye giving up their soul on a song with the undertone being about Jesus. See, a lot of y'all can't get past that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all super conscious. He talking about Jesus. I don't give a hell what his faith is. I'm listening sonically what the track did. It was an 11-minute track that ended with Larry Hoover Jr.'s son giving a speech about his father needing to come home. And it was the most dynamic 11 minutes I've heard in a long time. And the rest of the album, how Jay-Z spazzed on his verse, and I could tell Jay-Z added something to his verse from the first one. Everybody, let me tell you something. When Kanye puts the call in for you, you got to be ready. Because if he put the call in for me, I'm going to be in the gym training, doing voice control, because I got one opportunity to nail this. So you bring your best. You can tell the Lox came right off the plane.
I think it was
from the verses into Atlanta and spit their verses. So really, really dynamic where if I use 3 albums as a template, Nas' album is pure hip-hop.
Right.
Drake's album will be hip-hop, P-O-P, H-I-P, P-O-P, because it'll be a variation. And I would say Kanye's music will be the undefinable. You know, Kanye doesn't like to be defined or held down. You're going to get those 3 dynamics within the next 3 weeks, and it's going to be an amazing body of work. And then hitting cleanup, hopefully, will be Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about Kendrick, but
and that's it.
Yeah.
The fact that you haven't heard anything mean that he's working.
But shouts out to Kanye, because again, when we first started talking about this album, I just want him to lock in and give us a creative.
And he literally locked in.
Yeah.
In the arena.
We got to talk about, the beam.
And, the ultra beam. Yeah, he went out on an ultralight beam of light. He was sitting within a square.
Yeah.
And they were spinning in a circle. And, the square in the circle,
it's not lost on me.
It was a lot of energy being conjured in the ritualistic standpoint. The 8-pointed beam of light that also came down. The energy in the building. Him being from Atlanta. See, I didn't know he was born in Atlanta. He died in Atlanta just now. Symbolically by him being raised up. So you're seeing... him praise. It's a female energy that he was honoring. It's to his mother, Donda. So it's a lot of different components. He had on red the first time, black this time. We know those Illuminati colors when you combine them together. Kanye being Khan, being king, last name being West, him being the embodiment of the king of the West. So you have a lot of Atlanta sitting on the 33rd latitude. The stadium, I think, was on the 11th parallel. Oh, wow. So we're dealing with vortexes being. We can tap into that stuff as we go along. But just wanted to kind of say that the music I heard sonically. And see, I got that Wooja vest. Now I'm gonna pull it out. See, y'all was laughing at me.
I was laughing
for purchasing that vest, and now I'm gonna pull it out and really absorb and feel the music like never before.
I'm just waiting to hear the whole thing in its totality.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But we speak about it in depth.
And they say he's not finished. They say he's going to go to another stadium.
Really?
Yeah. See, Kanye, remember Life of Pablo? He kept changing it.
Yeah.
Even though it was up on iTunes, he was perfecting it as it was up.
It was. Which I thought was crazy in itself.
Yes.
He just kept adding songs. I was like, oh, that's fire. Like, it's your album.
Because the album never dies.
It
doesn't die. And only Kanye can do that.
Right.
He released 5 albums in 5 weeks.
That was crazy, too.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So look for Kanye. I'm not talking about his personal politics, because a lot of y'all are caught in the personalities, not the music. Right? I'm into the music. Let the music speak to you. Whatever he's going on in his personal life, and he's a Trumpster, and that's all of his personal shit. But the music, and now that he's back to it, because obviously he's in that corner now, him and Kim and this and that. And,
all right. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we shall return.
Yes.
Got to pay these bills.
Yeah, fuck the shit, flip the script and get it right. Rewrite history, so this time we may get it right. Take the jewels from our elders, rock them and wear them tight. Apply it to your life, and so you're not blinded of your sight. It's taken by the white man, cause it's blacks we fight. And we taught that we angry and mad just out of spite. But we too grumpy black men, tired of the lies given to the kid in their lifetime. Real eyes, realize, never fly by me, by we the people, how are we? If we treat it like the dirt beneath our feet, why we trees waiting to grow up, real with knowledge, but whoever show us, the names is Bobby making on the seat. We'll bring your mind and show you things you thought you never see. Just be open-minded, take a listen, and you will see just how much truth and knowledge a black man can really speak.
Growth in One are all natural hair, face, and body products designed to grow, rejuvenate, and sustain one's natural beauty. Made from the finest non-toxic ingredients, Growth in One's original formula promises to prevent hair loss, maintain healthy growth, and preserve the overall texture and essence of natural hair. Each one of our products is made from organic essential oils, minerals, vitamins, and proteins to ensure the highest quality of results in every bottle. Whether it's hair growth or skincare, when it comes to quality, reliability, and service, you can be assured Growth in One is committed to the highest standard of excellence. We are constantly growing our product line. Please check out our latest edition, our Amber Aroma Scented Candle. It's hand poured with love. Please visit our website at growthin1.com. Our products are designed to reveal the best version of yourself while including clean ingredients.
We are back.
And we are back.
Back in the building, back in effect. Shouts out to all the people in the chat that have hit the like button. There's a lot of y'all here that didn't hit the like button.
Yeah, please hit the like button. It's almost 2,000 people in here. It was. We got 600 likes. Please show support for us.
And thank you for showing support for those black-owned businesses whose ad you just saw. Their information is in the description below.
Yes.
Check them out. And they're on our Black Business Directory on our website, urbanx.nyc.
We like to show support.
Yes, we do.
And I want to add something to the Kanye situation.
Yes.
The swirling dervish energy. Like when things are... He kept everything in motion. And motion, of course, generates energy. So you had what appeared to be a CERN-like energy with that... I believe the CERN has 8 sides around it. That particle generator. So it's like he was reenacting and conjuring up energy on a whole nother level with what he was doing when the energy was swirling around in a dome-like stadium. It wasn't a full dome, but dome means place of the gods. So he was in a place of the gods, swirling this energy around with people in the stands with lights. And it just was one of them things where, you know, something to pay attention to. as you watch the particle collider. Yes, that's what I was talking about.
Thank you, sir.
He was like generating a homemade particle collider.
Thank you, J Nightmare.
Yes, appreciate you. Thank you to Abriella Davika, who keeps saying she sent me $10 twice for the little goddess. I'm assuming you mean Noble.
No, no. Her name is Little Goddess.
Oh, it says for Little Goddess.
I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure her name is Little Goddess because in the chat she was telling other people that the super chat takes 30%.
Oh.
So I'm assuming that's her.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I thought you were saying Noble was. You were sending $10 for the Little Goddess. Right. I was like, that's the young god, girlfriend. Calm down.
No, because when you send money in Cash App, it says it says like, you know.
Oh, right.
Note, so,
got you.
Yeah.
I get it. Thank you so much for your donation. And a lot of people didn't know that we revealed when you put money in the super chat. We appreciate it.
We definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys.
But YouTube takes 30%.
Yes.
So if you want to make sure I get the full $10, you got to hit the Cash App.
Yes.
And with that being said,
today is the 7th anniversary of the killing of Mike Brown Jr.
Today?
Today, yes. 7 years.
Wow, 7 years?
7 years, yes.
Wow, that sparks so much. That particular.
Yes, and that's why it's one of like the most, I don't know, like one of the most major killings in American like history, like.
Yes.
Because like that started. What we know as social media activism.
Yes. It gave the new realm of social media activism. Yes. We've always had activism, but in the social media era, this is what really sparked.
This one boy's killing made a lot of millionaires within the black community who claimed to be for the black community.
Facts.
DeRay Mackison, the whole Black Lives Matter movement was started off of the killing of this young man, Mike Brown Jr. His dad was actually at a panel with a bunch of black fathers who lost their sons to police violence. And one of them said something so crazy. It said, grief is having love and not anybody to give it to.
Wow. That is deep.
Yeah.
That is deep. And as a parent, I get it. Like you have all of this love and nowhere to dump it now because the person you would normally dump it into. Wow.
Right.
Ouch.
So, so rest in peace to Mike Brown Jr.
Yes, rest in peace, King.
Yeah, just like when I think about like even what year was that? 2014? Yeah, it's 2014. Just I was in college. I was in my senior year in college, and just to think about how my own beliefs and politics have changed so much since then. Because even like back then, I'm only catching what's on the timeline. I'm only catching what's in the news. So my view on activism was Black Lives Matter. I didn't have that in my bio or nothing, but I actually thought like it was kind of doing something, you know what I'm saying? And then when you see Black Lives Matter, then you see people like saying all lives matter, then your anger is to that. Like, how could you not agree that Black Lives Matter? But then then once you step back from it and kind of just see the theater surrounding it, kind of seeing, the first time I didn't know Black Lives Matter was an organization, and then I want to know. I was like, they have a website? What the hell? And then I read what the website was about and what the organization was about.
Yeah, I know you was like, what the?
I was like, well, what's this? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then I started seeing these stage pictures of DeRay Mackison in his
that nasty blue vest,
looking straight at the camera as he's getting arrested and things like that. And also, rest in peace to Darren Seals.
Oh yes.
Who was on the front line in Ferguson. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All the people who lost their lives, all those activists who lost their lives suspiciously in Ferguson. Shouts out to those people. Rest in peace.
Yeah, we don't want to forget them as well.
Yeah, and
very trying times.
2 grams per man. I had like a lot of different levels of my waking up. You get what I'm saying? So obviously, like, look who my pops is. So I've had like a lot of different levels, but honestly, but when you're on your own path and you're growing up, you kind of just find out things on your own, and you kind of just come to your own conclusions on a lot.
And that's true because even with Odyssey, I see it now.
Right.
I gotta calm that girl down.
Right.
She all of the lessons I would teach her, she wasn't ready to accept or whatever, or I thought she wasn't ready to accept.
Right.
And then something happened in her life which triggered everything that she learned, and now she's on a mission of her own. And I remember when you came into your own, like, you just was like, nah, I got to figure this out for myself. So it's it's very deep stuff.
Facts. Like, I was always woke, B. Like, I remember I was in college, and a couple of my friends, they were watching, like, the first Hidden Colors or whatever, right? And then, like, I'm naming... people on the DVDs like, Phil Valentine, like, he did my pop's wedding. Like, I know him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, and people just like, for real, I was like, yeah, like, I've grown up in it. So the information was there, but it wasn't applicable to, just kind of my life at that time. But that killing of Mike Brown, and I think Sandra Bland was another one where it just kind of, you just kind of see the charade around a lot of these things.
I told you to this day, She looked me in my face one day in one of them pictures, and I bawled and cried like a baby, son, because I can feel her spirit, man. It was something, man. I said something happened to this girl, and beautiful sister, man. So, we deal with a lot of trauma, man, that people don't understand what it's like to be black in this country, or so-called black, whatever you want to call it, in this country, and the inherited trauma. It don't even be your trauma per se, and it's inherited trauma because we're connected and we feel each other's pain. That's why when somebody succeed, we succeed in our minds too. You know what I mean? So I am, because we be connected on such levels, that we feel that energy, and when we have loss in the traumatic sense, we feel it as well, man. And they garner on that, and the enemy feeds off of that because they can put up images and know how we gonna react to that image as a collective. Yep.
Yo, I remember, cause this when I was working a desk job. I remember it was it was a full week. I remember, Philando Castile, he got killed on camera, and the other dude, I forget his name, when he got killed at the gas station, forget his name. And then a dude from my college who I graduated with, he got murdered, like, same week.
Yeah.
Not by a cop, but it was a different situation. But I remember, like, literally having, like, a migraine, like, that entire week because it was just so much happening. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we literally all feel that. You know what I mean? Like, we all... Sterling, yes. That's exactly who it was. It was the same week, bro. I was just like, yo, I don't know how people do this all the time. So, that was crazy. But, again... rest in peace, Mike Brown. And I want people to remember the legacy of what was revealed within our community, like the sellouts within our community who really just, to this day, have sold us out.
And they continue to sell us out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, remember that and be angry about it.
Yes.
Facts.
Yep.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
Good news. De La Soul got the rights back to their music.
That's what we talking about, bro.
Good news.
So they're masters, baby. They own their masters. After all of these years.
Yes.
I didn't know that, you learn these stories after all these years. They finally, because the masters or the music was released on iTunes, I think a year or two ago, and they asked people not to participate in it because they didn't own it. Now, I think there's a 30-year period where you can fight for your rights, and they came out, I believe, in 88, 89. I think we came out around the same time. And so now here we are, and they own their masters, and it's a beautiful thing because moving forward, for generations to come, they can leave something, legacy to their children.
Right.
Like your dad did this.
Right.
Your dad, and they still one of the most relevant groups out in terms of keeping their cohesiveness, performing, touring. So I'm really happy when the artists win, and De La Soul deserves all of their masters.
Definitely. So shout out to them. Also, rest in peace to Chuck Thompson.
Yes, he was a part of the Hitman crew with P. Diddy. He produced for Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, Flavor in Your Ear. He produced for Big Papa. He produced for a lot of people. Young Guru, shout out to Young Guru. He put up a post that this was his teacher, the one who really brought him in under the wing and showed him the culture of production and what a great individual he was. So We lost him this week as well.
Yeah, Young Guru, the people he came up under.
Yeah, passing away.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send him a little message because I know he going through it, and just as a look, it is what it is. So shout him out, for his contributions. I heard he was working on a documentary about his life at the time.
Oh wow.
He did finish Diddy's album though, which is called Love.
Okay.
So that comes out, I believe, September 24th.
Okay.
So Diddy has a new album coming out called Love, and he did Big Papa, right? I know you want to call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air. Yeah. So shout him out.
Dope.
And our condolences, deepest condolences,
definitely
go out to him and his family. He's a legend.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Start getting your questions ready, guys.
Yes.
So Andrew Cuomo, I don't know how we didn't talk about him yet. He more allegations have come out about him, and it's nasty. It's nasty. Like he used a lot of.
Hold on, you're right. Flavor in Your Ear was Easy Mo B. I'm not sure if he mixed it. He was really connected to it somehow. But you're right. Easy Mo B produced that. I'm sorry. I don't want to take any credit from Easy Mo B. You're right.
Yeah. Was Andrew Cuomo, like a lot of details surrounding how he was sexually
a deviant.
Sexually assaulting or sexually harassing these women. And what was sad about it, or it's not sad, it's interesting. He was using the fact that he hired a lot of women to kind of push up the fact like he was, with feminism.
He's pro
women and things like that. When he was really using that to
he was hiring the women. So
she cute. Make sure she's over here.
Make sure she's close to me.
Yeah,
absolutely. And now it's a lot of pressure for him to resign.
Everybody's telling him to resign.
His main assistant, who should have left before but can't take it now, she's resigned, and so now and his brother ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, well, no. So CNN said that his brother is on vacation. They gave him a little leave of absence because they don't want him to have to report on it. Because remember, Chris Cuomo, he's quick to go at if that was anybody else. He's
quick to point out. Yes,
but he didn't say a word about his brother. Not to say that I thought he was going to say a word about his brother, but
Free World Boss, thank you.
Free World Boss, thank you.
And Johnny Taylor, thank you. Everyone who's contributed to us, we thank you. We really appreciate your support here.
Yes, definitely. So President Biden told him to
resign,
and it's just like, bro, I know you're not talking, but very interesting to see because these are the people he has done dirt for. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And they just kind of throwing him to the wayside. But I don't see him resign.
But he still won because they dismissed the criminal charges with the death count, the nursing home stuff.
Yes.
So this is going to be a cakewalk because worst case scenario, he resigns. He's probably made enough money. They're going to hit him with some dollars on the kickback.
Yeah.
So he's good. That's worst case scenario. So we're going to keep our eye on that.
And de Blasio's loving it right now.
Oh, he's loving every minute.
God, he's loving every bit of this. But they both trash.
Yeah, they both trash.
And somebody called Chris Cuomo Fredo. Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what's crazy? It actually was uncovered that Chris Cuomo was trying to help him with his public statements. Was emailing Andrew Cuomo's PR person, drafting up his speech.
Wow.
And his reasoning behind it is like, I'm Italian. That's how I am. We kiss each other on the cheeks, and he tried to show pictures of him kissing guys on the cheek when they see him, kissing other people on the cheek when they see him.
And that's just the way we do. Come here, darling. They kissing. I like it.
This thing of ours.
It's a black guy. Don't kiss him. He's a black guy.
He's a mooly.
He's a mooly. The Muliana. They don't like that. They're very funny with the homo stuff. Don't fry him up some food. They give him some petroleum Italian, fry it up. He likes that. But don't kiss him.
Leave the gun.
Yeah, leave the gun.
Take the cannoli.
The cannoli. That's bad.
It is. That wasn't cool.
That wasn't cool at all.
You're listening to the sound.
Your dad is rubbing off on you, and it's bad. Okay, let me do that.
My fault, y'all.
You stay studious and do that.
My fault, y'all. So, I think the WHO announced that they're gonna stop using once they run out of the Greek alphabet to use for the different variants for, the vid, they're going to use star constellations after that.
What the hell is the deal with this?
Yeah, it's interesting, right?
This is very interesting.
It's interesting. Like, what? Like, first of all, y'all already going down the list. Like, we didn't even get, apparently, the Lambda one is in Peru. It's not that contagious. It's not breaking out that much. But they're already going down the line and said, we're going to run out. We're going to run out. So we have to name it after star constellations. What's that about?
Yeah, don't name it after Sirius. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
This is the Sirius variant.
Yeah.
Just be like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
This is the Orion variant.
Exactly.
The fuck is wrong with y'all?
So, I don't know what that's about, but somebody, here comes the Big Dipper, all of that stuff.
Here comes the Big Dipper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all need to chill. Black folk, y'all need to just chill, man. You know what I mean? Just relax. It's going to be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Obama.
Oh, yes. People were mad at him.
He had his 60th birthday party.
But people were mad at him because after all this, Delta variant stuff, and a lot of the people that were at the thing talking about get the vaccine, y'all are going to these congested places. Obama invited like 200 people. It was more than that.
And there was no mask to be seen.
People were sneaking pictures, no mask anywhere.
Anywhere.
I saw a video of some guy who was about to give a speech. He was waiting backstage. He didn't have a mask on. He put a mask on to go out, and then he took it off. Like, the world is a stage.
The whole world is a stage. And did you see Obama dancing? That ain't look crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's your soul at?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
Erykah Badu was in the building. I saw her.
Oh, she was.
Yeah. All of the heavy players.
I got you.
All the heavy players. Did you get an invite?
No, I didn't.
I didn't get an invite.
And last week as well, we forgot to cover this. Rihanna became a billionaire, or Forbes named Rihanna a billionaire.
Back that up.
Now, hold on. Facts. Congrats. No, congrats. Congrats. I just wanted to point out the hypocrisy that goes on social media. Okay. And you people in the chat, y'all probably don't even partake in this. I'm not talking to y'all.
Okay.
I'm just pointing out something I see, right? So when we talk about capitalism and they talk about it's always eat the rich, there should not be billionaires, billionaires shouldn't exist, and redistribution of wealth and things like that. But as soon as Rihanna was named the billionaire, those same people threw all of that out the window because it's Rihanna.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes, man. People like who they like.
Yeah.
Right? If they don't like you because you became a billionaire, then
True.
It is what it is. And the billionaire is the new millionaire.
Yeah, it seems like it's just...
Yeah. So, no disrespect, because I'm working on it. I got all the zeros.
Mm-hmm.
Just working on the one.
Gotcha.
Coming soon, right?
That makes sense.
So, but... I mean, it is what it is. Probably her overall net worth and some things she's done.
So it's different. I think it's a difference between her and like a Jay-Z because she has a physical product. She's selling makeup.
Got you.
Big business.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Especially if she's selling makeup to black women. Like that's
big business.
Big business. She has a physical product that she's selling. Jay-Z, if you remember the diagram of what Forbes did, most of his money came from like champagne.
Got you.
And
you have to be of a certain status.
Right. Especially that champagne he was selling.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of these people's net worths are being inflated.
But how's Rock Nation? You got Jay-Z a billionaire.
Yeah.
Kanye a billionaire.
Kanye's claiming,
Rihanna a billionaire. Shit, Rock Nation did all right for themselves. Mm-hmm. They did all right for themselves.
Yeah.
Not gonna knock that.
So
I mean, if you're into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some people are probably mad that we even talking about it. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, but it's news. It inspires young black girls, to start their own companies. And when you start your own company, the goal is to make as much money as you can and have your company grow. So,
And Felina Williams, thank you for the Cash App.
We appreciate you. Yep. Side note.
Yeah.
Not a side note, but they are paying people now to act like they live on Mars.
What?
Yeah. They're going to pay you a year's salary to simulate what it would be like to live on Mars. Now, how are they going to do that, Malcolm?
Yeah.
That goes back to the shit I told you. They're going to fly you to a part of the desert you ain't been. They giving it up. You're going to be living in the damn desert for a year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they're going to say, you have qualified.
Yeah.
You've passed the test. You now can fly to Mars. They're going to put you in the ship and send you right back to the same place you came down. And you're like, damn, it's kind of quite similar. So we're prepared.
Yeah.
Because it's similar. The soil, everything, take the testings. Wow, this is, wow. And you're going to be right back where the fuck they thought you was going to be.
That's funny.
Yep. So if you ain't got nothing to do for a year, I'd go get that money.
I saw an article somewhere. I don't know if this is true. I can't confirm it because I just saw it. But apparently, employers are going to start deducting people's pay.
$50.
$50 if they don't get the... That's crazy.
First of all, I just saw a report according to Insider, Business Insider, that a lot of people are leaving their jobs. I mean, in droves. People are starting to go, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. Or positioning themselves for better jobs. Burger King, they got whole stores closing.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody left. Because I don't have to put up with this shit no more, Tony.
Yeah.
There's better jobs out there than me flipping these burgers. Yeah. When as 5 years ago, you needed that job. Now people are like, nah, son, I ain't going to deal with it. So we have a record number of people leaving their jobs. Now, I can look at that a couple of the ways.
Yeah.
The whole middle class is being destroyed.
Yes.
Right? So it's collapsing onto each other, which is probably the long game of what they want to do anyway.
For universal basic income.
Yeah, basic income. You have to put something in place to make that happen.
Yeah.
And as Black Dot is always asking you, how did we get here?
Yeah.
Right? In your life, when we find ourselves in a situation where there's a change of grand proportion, how did we get here? Was it an accident?
Yeah.
Did the Patriot Act just come out of nowhere? Or was that a part of a plan? And now with this, you need your papers now.
Yeah.
Right? You need your goddamn papers.
Yo, mind you, and these are the same people who are advocating for that. Same people who were mad when Republicans said, yo, you want to vote, you need an ID.
Yes.
And Kamala Harris she was recently on some show advocating for these voting rules to be changed and things like that. And I'm just like, if one has to match the other, right? If we need this to go in this, you need an ID to vote. Everybody got an ID at this point,
right?
And they keep making it seem like black people are so disenfranchised in poverty and we can't get IDs.
Right? We're not that disenfranchised.
We're not that bad.
Disenfranchised. Side note. They're going to start coming out with the digital vax papers.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I told you, problem, reaction, solution. When all of these restaurants make it mandatory to get in, there's going to be a young population who want to get in anyway, and then they're going to have these fake IDs, and then they're going to make it a case.
Yeah.
We've busted all of these fake IDs. How do we change that where people can't use fake IDs?
Yeah.
Let's put our heads together, people. Everyone has a cell phone. Let's go digital.
Exactly.
And that's how they're going to eliminate you being able to have your fake papers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, I know how to use Photoshop, man. I'm like, I got the Jackson & Jackson, baby. I got a Jackson & Jackson. What? You got a what? I told you to tell you how to Johnson & Johnson, not a Jackson & Jackson.
Yeah.
We're going back to jail. We're going to jail, Tony. Yep. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Questions?
Why we getting your... I did see a question. Hold on. I did see a question. Malcolm and Black Dot, did you watch 6ix9ine and Whack 100's academics interview? No, I did not.
I did not.
It's just... Nope. Yo, I've done an excellent job of erasing that dude from every timeline I have.
Yes, I'm about to do it with everybody.
I did this. I did a lot.
If
I did a purge, bro.
If it's not going to be very progressive, what we're doing, see, I can't totally get off social media.
Yeah.
Because I need to know what we're covering, what stories. But all of the other stuff, y'all can have that. I'm letting it go.
A little guy said she sent it to our IG. It was a Forbes article. Thank you. Okay. I'll check it out.
Cool.
Yeah, I did a purge.
Somebody said, the emergency system is going to go out August 11th. Be prepared for that. Have water and food.
Okay.
All right? this is what I want to tell you. Over the next 3 weeks, if it's going to pop, we in the Jason months. That's going to be the middle point. July, August. Yep, we're going to kind of get to that. It's going to pop. Be prepared. I shouldn't have to tell you this anyway, to have water and food. But if you low right now and you dragging your feet, just stock up on the things you are going to need. This emergency system is going to go out. And when it comes back on, it's supposed to be a test. Who knows? I'm also hearing Elon Musk. You know, he's got them satellites. Remember we was talking, it was called Skynet or something.
Yeah.
I forget the name.
I think it's Terminator.
Yeah, it's a military thing. Yeah. And they're coming out with quantum internet now. So look out for that. And it won't include, from what I understand, it will not include Facebook or any of that kind of stuff. So we need to pay attention to where this thing is going, right? The electricity go out for 3 days. Black folks, King's disease. Right. We can't survive 3 days because we suffer from King's disease. Even the poorest people, 3 days, they like, man, listen, I'm busting in the store. Right. So keep that in mind.
Starlink.
What did I say? Skynet?
Skynet, yeah.
I watch too many movies.
Terminator.
Yeah, Starlink. You know what I mean. Yep. That's why I love my chat, man. They be like putting us on it.
Do you think the damning news is being reported to create more dissension between upper echelon elites and pseudo elites? When do you think that when it's time to eat the rich, they'll offer up the pseudos?
When it's time to eat the rich,
because
everybody goes.
But there's damning news coming out about the super.
Yes.
You know, I don't like calling those people elites. I don't know. I just
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's a bad, but I know in the context of what they're asking. Same. I get it. True. I don't know. Did y'all see the Suicide Squad? Brother Panic did a dope breakdown on the movie and how it relates to the candy.
I didn't check it out.
I did not check it out, but I will check it out because when it comes to breaking down movies, Panic is one of those dudes who I respect his movie decoding game. So I will definitely check that. Doc, give some advice for a 28-year-old black man trying to reach financial freedom. I'm trying to reach financial freedom with you, homie. Yeah. We all in the mix, but find out what you do, you love to do, and do your best to be the best at what it is that you do. You got to take chances if you're talking financial freedom. These master classes or conferences that you need to go to courses to up your level is critical in this day and time because knowledge is the only thing really popping. Those who know how to make money, it's so easy. For those of us who don't know how to make money, it's an uphill challenge. So knowledge, if you have extensive knowledge of anything, dealing with anything that you can manifest in the monetary sense, you're good to go. You're 28 years old. I don't know if you have children where you can go in 20 hours a day on something you've learned. It really all depends on your situation. Malcolm, I don't have that kind of time no more because Noble ain't having it.
At all.
At all.
Yeah. I took him to the park the other day. I took him to Central Park, and he was just walking up to random white people's dogs.
Yeah.
Grabbing them.
Random white people and dogs. Same thing. Yeah. No, I'm only kidding. I wouldn't say that to Noble. He'd be like, Pampa, what are you? Yeah. I would never say that to him.
Yeah, so now gotta get him a dog.
Yeah, but I told you, he was chasing Bowser around this piece. He was like, yo, come here. I could see him putting Bowser in there. Shut up. And dogs, they know. Yeah. They know this is a baby. I don't care how rough the dog is just going to go, all right.
I was like, God damn it, boy. Come here.
Yeah. Fear is something we teach.
Yeah. Kids fearless, man.
Danger is real. Mm-hmm. Fear is choice.
Okay.
Will Smith.
Yoda? Will Smith?
That's not Yoda.
Okay.
Will Smith.
I don't know where you got that from.
Said that, Will Smith. I don't know how to do Yoda. I don't know how to do none of that shit. But if I get high, bro, I'll just be up here wilding. One day I'm gonna treat y'all to that. I'm just gonna pop some shrooms or something and wild out for 5 hours up here.
What do you think about the Tariq's Hidden History Museum?
I don't know why we need another museum, but that's just my opinion. I think he was making progress on getting there.
Yeah.
And putting it where it needs to be. But personally, I don't get involved personally with things that are not going to affect my life personally. I'm not against the museum, and I'm not for it. If it pops off, let it pop. And if it's something where people can go and learn about things that they can't learn online on an online course or a $400 million museum in Washington, then, it's all good. I have no problems with that.
Yeah, I like his idea of because he talked about showing, as he was talking about it, I watched the vid. I kind of completely forgot about the Hidden Colors series. Like,
yes.
As he was, for some odd reason, then he was like, "We're gonna have theaters that just showed it." I was like, "Oh, that's fire." Okay.
Yeah. So it's a place where all of his work basically can be displayed. So it's his museum.
I don't think it's his museum.
Well, you're gonna be showing. It's called the Hidden Museum.
But he's hidden history, hidden Black history. FBA history.
Okay,
right?
all right. Okay.
Yo, I saw somebody posted up I think the African American flag, and it's like
I saw.
It's like black in the middle, it's red,
sword.
And the sword. I didn't know that existed.
Had no idea.
Yeah.
See, that's a part. That will be a part of the hidden history.
Yeah.
That should be in the museum.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Something
That's
like
dope.
that. You get what I'm saying?
So in that sense, let's get this museum popping.
Yeah.
How much we got to do?
I'll get the GoFundMe up.
Let's put $100 in.
Okay, bet.
In the museum.
Okay.
We forgot to put money into.
We did.
Ray Lucas's thing.
Yes.
And I'm gonna hold us to it.
Yes, we have to do that.
Me and wifey just left town real quick. We are back. This is the guy who saved the twins out of the fire.
Yes.
Right. So we want to put money in that, and let's put at least 100 towards Tariq Nasheed's museum, because we're not haters. Yep.
Facts. Will you introduce Noble to the Cosby Show? I guess. I wasn't a big fan of the Cosby Show. I didn't grow up on the Cosby Show.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I forget you didn't, because Cosby's was the 80s.
Yeah.
And you was the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, son. Nah, I'm gonna have to introduce him to that kind of TV.
Yeah, like when people I don't know, when people talk about the impact it had on them, I believe them wholeheartedly.
Yes.
Like, I believe you, but it just kind of.
Can you find the link for the hidden museum and put that in the chat?
Okay.
Yeah, my man said, Dollar Bill said Ray Lucas is a hero in my eyes. Ooh.
Yeah, that was fire, bro. Like,
ooh, wait till y'all hear that. Ooh. I'm trying not to give it away.
Yeah, God, come on.
Plant life. I'm trying. See, but I'm saying,
So I just put the. He almost at 400,000.
Okay, he needed $1 million though. I think he's running out of time. Is he?
I don't. Oh, it's 9 days left. Yeah. So, okay. So yeah.
So, but you know how black people get.
Yeah.
He in the pole position.
Yeah.
Because black folk, we wait till the last minute. Look at us.
True that.
So
we're gonna
9
get
days
left. Okay, bet.
So the Urban X Nation to put $100.
Yeah, like listen. Let's push.
Let's push. Can't hurt.
Malcolm got Family Matters instead. What did I get? What did I grow up on? I did watch A Different World though. I did watch that.
Yeah. Okay.
I did watch Family Matters. I did. What else?
Oh, somebody donated. Sincere to God.
Yeah.
PC donated 3 times already. Well, goddamn, I can't donate 3 times, but I'm gonna donate.
Somebody said you would have to be vaccinated to go. I don't think so.
I just want to donate because again, one thing about Tariq Nasheed, he can raise money.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't like he waiting, no disrespect, 15 years to raise the money for the museum. He's halfway there. So he know how to raise money. I want to put a little air under that and get that thing going. I don't give a shit where it is.
Yeah, somebody said, they're talking about the shows. Yeah.
Somebody gonna match our 100. That's what we talking about.
Okay, that's dope.
That's what we talking about.
Oh yeah, My Wife and Kids. That's on Hulu right now. I just
that's some funny shit.
Yeah, that show is funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
I think that show aged better than Martin.
I think so too. It aged better. Yes,
I think it aged better.
Yeah, it did.
Yes.
Dot, you ever speak on Jordan Child's mother? Nah.
Who's that?
I'm not familiar who that is.
Oh, and it came out. Remember, we were talking about Simone Biles on why she like backed out. It came out like her aunt passed away unexpectedly.
Wow. See, that's that trauma that we carry.
Remember, she wasn't on her, I think, her ADHD medication as well. So that could throw you.
That'll really throw you.
Yeah, that'll definitely throw you.
They said Malcolm watched Moesha.
I did. I watched all those shows, bro.
Yeah. Don't get them shut down, yo, God, particle. No matter what, blah, blah, blah. Shows improves with the donations. Yes.
Yeah, he puts out
I never got energy that Tariq was stealing money and none of that.
If he crowdfunds for a project, the project
is delivered.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I grew up on Sanford and Son. Yeah. The Jeffersons and shit. Yeah.
LeBron getting another ring.
Possible,
yeah.
He got the team together.
Yeah.
And people saying these are too old. You win titles with old people.
Yeah.
Veterans who've been through this, who've been through that, who know how to get that thing popping. You know?
Yeah.
Master Fresh West, thank you so much. Maestro Fresh West, thank you.
Thank you.
What's your email, Malcolm?
For what?
I can't log into the membership account. Thanks.
info@urbanex.nyc.
Dad, I want you to be a guest on my show. Email me at urbanex.
Oh, facts. I did a great radio interview this week. I'm gonna give you that a link for it. Did a dope interview this week.
They said Simone took the jab allegedly. That's why she backed out. Okay, I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, those people, like those athletes who take it, like I'm just very curious to see what happens to them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Very curious. Also, shout out to Cabalet 23. She posted some great news in the Urban Excellence Facebook group that she has been accepted to the Summer-Fall 2021 Baldwin House Urban Writing Residency.
Oh, Cabalet?
Yes, Cabalet.
23?
Yes.
She always doing big things.
Yes, shouts out.
Shouts out.
And I did a great interview with Kenneth Jones for We Talk Productions, a radio interview. I'll put the link in the chat right now. Very dope interview that we did the other night.
I don't know why they didn't want to interview the God, but that's beside the point. Let you have your moment, We appreciate you guys.
Yes. Sorry I didn't mention that earlier in the show. My bad, V.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of announcements going on.
They said Dot lost weight but gained a lot of weight in his head. I'm on steroids. That is a fact. And the way my body is shaped, I'm shaped like a Cambodian. My body is skinny. I got a big ass pop stomach. All I need is some flies.
Yeah.
And I could do commercials for, UNICEF and shit. Just some flies.
Can you put that question up from J Nightmare up again? Awesome.
Yeah, because I got the skinniest legs and pot belly. Yeah.
Malcolm, can I pay for someone's yearly membership? Y'all can pick a random person or something. How would that work? We can make it work.
We can make it work.
We can make it work.
So you're donating for somebody to have a membership. That is so dope.
That is fire.
That is fire. That is fire.
Did you see Fauci getting torn to pieces?
Yeah, he getting smoked now.
Every time he talks about...
I Dr. Cindy, I said Cambodian. I don't know why I said that. Don't pay me no mind. Whoever the people are with the big bellies and the skinny legs and got the flies on their face and they look hungry and they're doing
What's wrong with you?
The marathon to get them the money.
Oh, God.
Whoever those people are, Malcolm, you know what I mean.
Jesus Christ.
I look like that.
I need a membership. Yeah, look, it's just $5 for now until September 1. But the people who paid $5, it will stay $5.
As a matter of fact, when I'm coming at wifey, I have to come at her straight. Because if I turn and she see the side angle, she's like, fuck. Nigga. I was going to give you some pussy. God damn it. So you got to know how to work your angles. That's a new song out by Wale and Chris Brown.
Work your angles?
Work your angles. Nigga, you got to know how to work. Ladies know how to work their angles all the time. They take them shots. Up here, send you some headshots and shit. Shots with
the tippy toe in.
The tippy toe in and shit.
We on to it.
We on to it. Y'all work your angles. I work my angles. I never come at you sideways. You can see my gut. I come at you full.
I gotta check out the Reza Islam and Alex Jones interview. I have to check.
Yeah, I'll check that full. I saw
both of them dudes are looking very prophetic.
Yeah. I looked at
right now,
bits and pieces of it.
Everything they said is
Ethiopians. That's what I'm talking about. No disrespect.
No disrespect.
Okay,
you just disrespected the hell out of them.
Did you make it to Slutty Vegan while you were in Atlanta? No, I did not. Listen, this conference was so intense. I needed to go home and take a nap. So I was ordering hotel, but I didn't get a chance. And I didn't even get a chance to see family because I was there on business and it was impromptu. They got another conference coming called the Invest Fest.
Oh, yes. That's Earn Your Leisure.
Yeah, Earn Your Leisure is doing it. Everybody's going to be there. It's my birthday.
Oh, yes.
And so I might be flying back out there to rub shoulders with the,
I don't know, because the next week I'm going to Miami.
Yeah, but that's your business. That ain't got nothing to do with.
But I'm saying, like, the people.
No, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, that's good. Okay,
so it's Thursday show. I can fly out Friday, so won't be missing no shows.
Got you.
Yeah, it won't be. Yeah, did I say no disrespect to the Ethiopians?
Say it again, please.
No disrespect to the Ethiopian family.
Went too far with the joke, people. Sorry.
And brothers, I do sometimes. It's just,
Jesus.
It is
and
what it is.
We're about to get out of here because we have another show.
Yes.
So, with that being said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe before you get out of here. Don't forget to subscribe to our email list. The link is in the description. And don't forget to join the membership, $5. And don't forget, if you want some of these dope shirts, these dope hats, these books that we have,
shop UrbanX.
Shop UrbanX.com, or just hit the shop button at urbanx.nyc. You'll see everything there.
Yes.
And somebody said, Malcolm, what's the secret to putting on pounds for a 16-year-old football player? Lifting heavy and eating.
Yeah, peanut butter, right? Yes, no?
If you want. I didn't like peanut butter. But lifting heavy, that means bench pressing, squatting, power cleaning. Those are the 3 workouts you need to do. And your core. Make sure your core is tight. And eat.
You got to eat. And you got to eat even when you don't want to eat.
Yes. And you have to rest as well, too. Sleep. Sleep well. That's how your muscles grow. That's how you get bigger. Sleep. Okay? And with that being said, peace. Appreciate you.
Peace. It is 11:13.
Give us
11:30?
11:20. Give us to 11:20. The link will be in the community tab for the membership. Okay? I mean, for the after show. Okay, guys?
All right.
11:20. Give us 11. Please. Thank you.
All right. At least give us that. Yes.
Thank you. And peace, man. We appreciate y'all. See y'all on Thursday.
Peace.